Hello friend, it's been some time since I've made a YouTube video. There haven't been a lot of interesting updates over this past year, but I think it's time to share some because a lot of people have been asking me how I'm doing, and it's quite different from where I was, so I think it's important to share an update. First of all, I'd really like to thank people who've been reaching out and asking me how I'm feeling and telling me that you've been praying for me. I think I do really feel a peace from that. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much, and please continue doing so. Before we get into today's updates, though, a quick update on wildlife of Florida. Wildlife makes cameos in my videos from time to time, and some of you may recall that a few videos ago, we had these Sandhill cranes jumping up and down, doing weird things in my backyard, and I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what was going on, but some of you more educated than I posted on my Facebook explaining that are pointing out that these are mating dances of the Sandhill cranes. They're very fascinating. Turns out that later, afterwards, I had come outside when they were out in the backyard and I had jumped around. And they actually danced with me. Then I would yell at Stacy to come out and film it, but by the time she came out, they were no longer willing to participate. I was wondering why they were dancing with me. Was it because they saw me as a rival? Or because they saw me as a potential mate? Not really sure. But anyways, back to the story. So with all that dancing, it seems like some of the dancers were successful because I ran to this on the road the other day. They're very cute, aren't they? And it is, it's a little bit challenging with my small car. The good news is with my small car, the cars behind me can see what's going on. When we're in the minivan, if I was to stop for birds like this, sometimes people get impatient because they can't see what's going on. Anyways, back to the updates. So, in the middle of December, actually the middle of November was the last time that I had an IVIG infusion. We tried to do one more in December, but we were having trouble setting the IV line, and we kind of postponed it and just kind of put things on a break. The reason we put them on a break, though, is because I wanted to see what would happen. I thought I'd do a little experiment to see, hey, if I don't do IVIG treatments, will I regress? Will I continue to improve? What will happen? And so starting in the beginning of January, so like 6-7 weeks after my last infusion, I started noticing that, hey, today it's a little bit harder to do things than it was yesterday. And actually since that time, for the last 4 months, every day I have noticed that everything has become a little bit harder. I've lost about a pound a week, and that's just been like consistently for the last 4 months. I'm actually right now kind of at a point where I'm worse than I was at the weakest point previously, before I started treatment. What I didn't realize was that, because what I thought was, okay, let's take a break, and if things aren't going so well, let's restart the treatments. So in late February or so, I was like, okay, let's start them again, because this isn't going well. And what happened was, I didn't realize, because no one told me at the time, that when you take a break, in order to get restarted, you have to go through the whole process from the beginning. So the last 2 months have been me getting appointments with doctors, getting prescriptions, getting approved through insurance, figuring out the insurance, getting the order shipped. So tomorrow I'm restarting the IVIG treatments, and with a loading dose that means 4 days of infusions. I'll give you guys updates on how that goes. Hopefully I noticed them taking effect quicker than the first time, because the first time I went through the IVIG treatments, it took 2 months before I started getting better. I actually continued to get worse for 2 months. So that's, I'll be sharing updates about that going forward. It's definitely been, I feel like it's been harder this time. I mean, it was a pretty quick decline from where I was last video, holding up items and having no issues with that. And now my shoulders are useless. I will do a quick demo of, kind of where I'm at now. But one thing that happened this week as well is on Tuesday, I took a spill at home. My leg buckled and I fell. And I hadn't fallen in a year and a half probably. And so Stacy was home, she helped me get back up. It was pretty hard because it's hard for me to stand or to get up from the ground. I actually don't think I can do it by myself. I haven't tried in the last 2 or 3 weeks. But this is the first time in my life that Stacy actually said, hey, you need to buy a tech device. I was like, whoa, this is bizarro land. She never tells me to buy tech devices. But she wants me to get a smartwatch that has fall detection, just in case I fall when nobody's home. So we went and found a refurbished watch here on Amazon. It's this one. Oops. It's pretty cool. It was pretty cost effective. I just got it today. I haven't quite set up the emergency thing yet, but I'll be doing that tonight. And yeah, that's just kind of something I have to, be, I don't know, it's like part of my life now. For now, I'm hoping these treatments work out. One other little side note, my cameraman today, he's been very helpful. We have this picture here of something that happened at dinner the other night. We were eating chips and guac, and one of the chips was extremely curly, all rolled up, like really tight. And so we put it, Stacy had dipped it and filled it with the guacamole, and we passed it to our son because he wanted to eat it. And I was thinking, this rolled up chip really looks like a cannoli shape. And now that we've filled it with guacamole, I think we should give it a name. And we call it the guacanoli. That's not trademark, so if any of you wants to start a business serving guacanolis, you want to use the name, feel free. It's a delicious little snack. You can see that it's being modeled in this photo. And yeah, I guess that's about it for sharing today. I was going to demo just pretty quickly one of the things that's difficult for me these days, getting up from a chair. If cameraman could help me and zoom out, I'll just kind of demo you quickly, for you guys quickly, what it looks like when I stand up. And yeah, this is a challenge. Some days I just don't want to sit down because I'm worried that maybe I won't be able to get up. So don't worry, if you blink, you won't miss it. This is not slow-mo. I'm going to do this at maximum speed, getting up from a chair. So let me just demo that. Get ready, psych myself up, and here we go. So that's me standing up. I guess you could pan up the camera. Yeah, that's me standing up. We did one other take of this earlier. The mic was like totally not working. I hope it works this time. Thanks for watching my video. I really appreciate the prayers that you guys have been praying for me on my behalf. And I will be sharing updates more frequently going forward, just on how the treatments are working out and any progress that I have. So yeah, bye for now.